Hello. So, I've been a little busy. I've been playing around again with the with my audio settings. I think this is sounding better. One of the main issues I had was I was too close to the mic, so I've moved that further away, and I've also just been playing around with like gain and stuff. Been making them gains, as you know the butch guys would say, like the rough and tumble, making them gains. But also you may notice over there in the distance, above the buildings and just in front of the bridge, I have been building phone. Why? Why do you do this to me now? I'm recording phone. Making the beepies, making beeps. But yeah, I've been building. Do you see it? Just next to my head. I finished the wall. Yeah. Finally. I finished the wall. And that's for one reason, really. Well, two. A, it needed doing. And B, it's gonna play into something I want to try out at the end of this episode. I want to try something different, and I hope you like it, because I think it's a cool idea. So well, you'll hear more about that at the end of the video. But yeah, let's go check out that wall before we continue with what we're going to be doing over here. I mean, immediately rounding this corner, this feels so much more like, we're next to this city. It finally feels like we're next to a city, and I think this looks really cool, and I really like this. Oh, another thing that I did was, this is now 1.21.8. I've updated to four versions later. It was on 1.21.4 was the previous version I was on. But yeah, 1.21.8. Crazy. But yeah, we've now got this path comes through, and I've changed up the orientation at this bit. So now it goes down, and then we connect up to the, I swear to God, phone. You got to stop. It connects up to this bridge. I've mixed in a little bit there, so it kind of feels a bit better. And then the path will connect to the dock, and then it will also turn up to go here. I've added in this area, or like I've changed it up. So now we could, I've currently just put in a fence or like a wall to break it up. But that could be a building in the future when we come to building up the city again. And yeah, I just think it looks really cool. It's nice to have this wall finished off. This was literally the last bit of the wall on this side of the bridge. There will be more wall on that side of the bridge when we get to building over there. But for now, the wall is done. And I like it. I really like it. We've got this texture going up from like the dark of the oak up to sand and sandstone and the birch, and I think it looks really nice. It's a bit messy in places, but I think it looks better from further away, which is really nice. And I think that's the main thing I try to do with the texturing, is like to have it look kind of better from further away, so it doesn't look like it's all one same thing. But yeah, so that's the wall. And what are we going to be doing today, other than, oh my goodness, sheep, stop. Okay, other than being deafened by sheep. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be working on the final build of the farm. Oh, and 2 more fields. Of course, it's a farming video. We can't not have fields. I'm still so happy with how these trees came along. That's what feels different. I forgot they changed how fog works. That's why it all feels a lot different in the distance. Oh, I forgot about that, because that came in like version 1.21.5. And where I've been on 21.4 for so long, I forgot. Oh, I really like that. It just slightly mutes it in the distance. I'm a big fan. I am a big fan of that. I think that looks so much better. Oh, so cool. That roof. I'm also very pleased with that roof. The whole of the library actually is really cool. Hey, you can just about see. Is that Iron Island, or is that just something else? Now we can't see. I think it was just something else. Anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah, what are we building? We're building up this last building and a couple fields. And I want to start with the fields. Don't know why, just do. So I'm gonna. Yeah. So this one is going to be a cow film. Cow film? A cow paddock pen. So I'm gonna have the wall going around in the same way that we have it on the outside. And then this bit, so that we don't have cows just going off for a little bit of a swim. I'm going to put some fences and like wooden fences like we have over at the sheep paddock over here and back down over there. So I'm going to be using some like stripped oak wood or stripped oak logs and some oak fences to put in here. And then we're going to have some dirt, and I've also got some grass to make it grass as well. And we'll put in a few little patches of wheat as well, like we have in both of these, just to give it a bit more colour and difference. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. So I'll go and do it, I suppose. Yeah, I came over here without any sandstone, so I can't do these walls. So I've got to go and get my sandstone. Well done, Lovejoy. Well done. Ever the professional. Shh, chickens. Well, whilst I wait for these trees to grow, I've put in the grass, or the dirt, and the grass is spreading slowly but surely. Slowly. I'm going to start planting out this field over here. You know, I need those trees to grow up. Because, I mean, I need some oak anyway, so I'm going to need them grown up. I need to build some trees, or make some trees, grow some trees. Who knows? Trees. But also, I need it for the fence. So let's start putting in this. Let's put in this last field. It's supposed to be like a wheat field, but there's part of me wondering, do I? Yeah, I'm just gonna go wheat. I like wheat fields. They look cool, so I'm gonna do that. That answered my question. And yes, I just seen that one of the trees has grown in. So, you know, that's good. They are, in fact, growing. Excellent. Well done, me. I've made a farm. Huzzah! But yeah. Yeah. I can't think of words. So, yeah, I'll just dig out this field. And, yeah. That's what it is. I really struggle with talking on camera sometimes because I just can't think of what to actually say. I'll be doing something and I'm like, yeah, I'll just carry on with it. But it's like, I can't think of what to do because I'm busy thinking about this instead of thinking, what can I say to the camera to explain what I'm doing? Because, you know, you can see what I'm doing. And why would I explain what's going on when you can see what's going on? Like, I'm not going to tell you, like, and now I'm going to fill up this area with water, just like I've done. When I can just show you it instead, you know? Anyway, I'm going to fill this up with dirt. I'm not going to show you me filling up with dirt because that doesn't sound enjoyable to watch. So I'm just going to do it. Well, the field's in. Just got to put in the damn doohickey thing. And that's damn D-A-M because it's a dam, and it's a bit of a doohickey. So yeah, just got to get that in there, and then this is sorted. That's the final field done. And that is the final paddock done as well. And we got our cows in here. I went and got a cow from the caravanserai as well, just so I could fill it out. Now I cut down all these trees because I wanted to be like, oh, this is what it looks like without trees, but I need a load of wood, so I'm just gonna grow some more trees again. But yeah, I've got some little bits of wheat, and that's growing up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That is it. I can't believe we finally built all of the fields and the final paddock. Now that just leaves the final build. And it is a bit of a doozy, if I do say so myself. I am so happy with this one, and this is the sort of the master's build, the person who owns the farm. This is their house, and it looks really cool. I've even done an interior for this one. I know. Sit down, put your socks back on. I know that statement's just blown them off. But yeah, I have made an interior for this build and an exterior. I know. Oh, crazy. It's not one or the other, it seems. Wow. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this one's going to look. And it's going to tie off this whole area and finish it off with a bow. Well, that, some trees, and also we'll have to add in all of our sort of river edge details to the edge of this side, just to kind of come along here and just up to there. That is it. Just from that side to here. There's not much left of the farming district. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, finally, we're finally finished with the farming district. And where will we go next? Who knows? Yeah, maybe, no, I do want to go into the city next to build up some sort of big cities. But yeah, let's get back to some building, and I'll come back when I've got a bit of progress for you. How about that? Does that sound good? Yes, Lovejoy, that sounds lovely. All right then, I'll do it, because you asked for it. Actually, first I'm going to go have a sandwich. That was a good sandwich. Toasty, cheese, couple of fried eggs, some onion in there, you know. Ooh, perfect. Seeded loaf, excellent. Bag of crisps, baked cheese and onion Walkers. Oh, if you're not sure what Walkers are, it's Lay's. You know, it's just the better name. Oh, it was so good. And, you know, 1 or 2 chocolate digestives. Okay. Maybe 3. All right, maybe. Okay, it was 8. 8 chocolate digestives, all right? What's with the 3rd degree? The 1st degree? 3rd degree? How many degrees you're adding? All right? I don't need these questions, all right? How about just let a guy enjoy his biscuits, all right? Jeez. All right, so I've made some progress. Not as much progress as I wanted to make. But I ran out of materials. Story of this channel, I feel like. I am always running out of materials. But, you know, it is part of the journey. So I'm going to have to go get some materials, a bunch of sandstone, and also some moss and terracotta. Now the moss should be easy enough because I can get that in the same place as sandstone. The terracotta, I've got to go start digging up some more of the mesa. I think there's one just that way. So that's not too bad. It's just, oh, I don't like gathering resources. This is where the creative world has its definite pros. You know, you don't have to gather. You don't have to gather anything. You don't have to gather resources, which is lovely. But here in the survival world, we do. So yeah. All right. So far, off to a pretty good start. You know, we've got the main structure is in, like the building and the tower. I'm just adding in this little offshoot bit on the side here. And then once we've done that, there's a couple of details to go on top, this building, and then an interior, and then it's done. Yeah. But I thought I'd just come and show you where we're at so far. The cows are enjoying their life in this field. So, yeah, all is good in this world. Okay, so, a lot has happened. This building's here. Shh. So yeah, I've built up this, which is a stables. This is where I'm going to be moving Mar Camel to. Remember, that's Mar space Camel. I just need to put some hay along the floor, but I think I need to harvest a bit more before I do that. But this building is pretty much done. Also want to hang some lanterns in here. I just need to get together some lanterns, really. Out here, this is like a little covered area where it's covered with leaves, and it's kind of like a, what's the word? A gazebo sort of thing. So yeah, it's going to be just covered with some leaves draped over the top. I ran out of azalea leaves, so I just need to get some more. We've got a little dock, the personal little dock for the master of the farms. They've got a little area out here, which is pretty cool. Come up here. Oh yeah, there's some stairs around the back. I really like how these turned out. We come up here, and there is another little kind of covered area, which I think is pretty cool. These will be plant boxes. I just need to put some leaves on top. And then I'll probably replace a lot of these torches with lanterns as well. And there's also a spiral staircase. This goes up and we get a nice view of the area. So here we can see out across the cows. We can see all the other little towers that are up here. And we get to see a view of New Capesh, which I think looks really cool, especially with that new wall in. Oh, perfect, excellent. And yeah, I think from here they could come up and they could survey their farm, which I think is really cool. I really like that. Downstairs, there is a bit of an interior coming along. It's not quite finished yet, but it's getting there. It is getting there. I'm running out of materials, as always. When aren't I? But yeah, I am. It's coming along. This room, I ran out of spruce. I ran out of a lot of things, but this room will be a bedroom. Yeah, it's gonna be where they sleep. Here's a sort of living room area, another place to sit down, if you will, and then up here is another place to sit down, as we just saw, and then over there, there's another place to sit down. And if you got off of this dock, you got on a boat, you'd probably sit down on that boat. Yeah, there's a cow. You can probably sit on a cow. The camel will go in there. You can sit on camels. This master loves a bit of sitting. I'll tell you that. He loves sitting down. And yeah, so all that's really left is to add in some trees, detail up the building, and finish off a few bits here and there. But you've sort of seen me do trees a lot. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to introduce the next section, and I'm going to change the view so you can see me. So what I want to try is how we've had our glamour shots before, with a bit of music playing in the background. I think I want to try something new, and I've written something, and I'm going to read it during the time lapse that will showcase the build with all the extra details. Don't worry, I'm gonna add in the extra details that will just finish this off just off camera, and you'll see it in the final shots, but during story time, basically. Because yeah, I want to add a bit more life into these builds by, yes, we'll add some villagers in eventually, but I want to add in some life by basically just giving you a bit of a story about the people who live here. So about the master of this farm, and how that is. So yeah, I think we're going to try that out today. We're going to try it out for a couple episodes, see what you think, see what you like, and yeah. Enough of the this is sort of the end of the farming area. I will add in all the details around, don't worry. But yeah, it's been really fun working on this farming area, and I think I'm going to really enjoy building in the city, and I think the city could really do with these stories about characters living in there, and I think that's going to be really fun to do with that. But if you like the build, the final build again will be in the final showcase. If you like that, like the build, if you've liked seeing me work on this area, I'm in a bit of a rush at the moment, which is why I'm just going to finish it off camera. I don't really have the time to finish it on camera, unfortunately. I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, if you've liked the build, if you've liked seeing me work on this whole area over this longer period of time, putting all this detail in and showcasing this, let me know in the comments. Let me know what was your favorite bit of the whole farms. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. And yeah, it's story time now, I suppose. Yeah.
Barkanok had at one time been a devout student at the Temple of Iron, a place of learning, a place of faith and wonder, a place to foster the faith in the Iron Goddess. But, not here, no. Not at Norpesh Farm, no. Norpesh Farm had been left to him by his dying uncle. Of course, it couldn't much be called a farm when he first arrived. The Master's Villa, much like the rest of this small peninsula just north of the Great Library, had been brought to ruin after years of neglect and raids from the nearby pillager fort. At the time he arrived, he had wanted to quickly sell up and get back to his studies. But after looking through his uncle's belongings, he'd found himself a journal, a collection of notes detailing his uncle's life on the farm. From sowing the first seeds into that field to rearing the livestock, all the way to that day, that fateful day, where he sadly lost his wife and sons to a pillager raid. 7 winters had passed since he'd read those notes. 7 years of hard labor to rebuild the structures. 7 years of bartering with the new Kopeshi merchants to get the best livestock that he could. Well, settling, finally, for some breeds that perhaps weren't best suited to the terrain, but he would replace them when he could. All that hard work, and yet it was now only just starting to pay off. He looked out over the lands from the balcony of the Great Library and smiled as he saw her walking up the road to his villa. The one person who had always tried to help out where she could, the daughter of the old fish merchant who opened up their home when Bakanunk had nowhere to go, his closest friend since moving to the city. He turned to head down the stairs, determination on his face. Today was the day, he told himself. Today is the day I tell her how I feel.